Hi guys, we are in Taiping. Do you know where that is? This is in the state of Perak, which is the second largest state in West Malaysia and the fourth largest state in West and East Malaysia.
And coincidentally, Taiping is 150 years old in 2024. Wow!
And in Chinese, Taiping means Taiping, which means great peace. You know, Fran and I have travelled to all 11 states in West Malaysia. But for Perak, unfortunately, we have not covered extensively on it yet.
We aim to change all that in this video. Now, when people mention Perak, what usually comes to mind? Usually is Ipoh. Oh, the Ipoh hor funny. Ipoh is so silky and delicious. The tauge is so big and juicy, and the Ipoh girls are so pretty. There's so much more to Perak than you can possibly imagine, and we are here to share with you the little towns and all the attractions that Perak has to offer. Stay tuned.
Perak is actually very centrally located within Peninsular Malaysia. It borders Penang, where we came from, and Kedah, which are the northern states. And then it actually borders Thailand as well, Narathiwat, which is towards the north because Perak is so big, right? And then it also borders the east coast states like Kelantan, and then towards the south or southeast you have Pahang, and then you have Selangor towards its south.
This map of Perak really showcases all the wonderful activities that you can do in Perak, from nature to food to adventure. Over the past years, Perak has always been an underrated state compared to the other states in Malaysia. But this year onwards, it looks like it's waking up now with lots and lots of tourism concentrating in Perak itself.
We are here in Taiping, one of the main towns of Perak, and they are well known for their well-preserved colonial buildings. And this position where I am right now is actually where the Lake Gardens is at. And further down is the Taiping Zoo and the first night safari in Malaysia. And did you know that Taiping is the wettest town in the entire Peninsular Malaysia because it always rains here? Do you know where else rains a lot? Yes, that's Ipoh, the capital city of Perak, because it's located in a valley. Well, we're not going to cover about Ipoh in this video because we covered a lot about it in our previous video. We were covered on cost of living, we covered on retirement, or Ipoh as a retirement destination. Do check them out. And towards the west coast of Perak, we have Lumut, which we actually drove past previously in one of our road trips via the West Coast Expressway. And Lumut in Malay means moss, M-O-S-S, because the beaches in Lumut used to be covered in moss. Why would people go to Lumut? Well, it's one of the nearest town to the famous attraction of Perak, which is Pangkor Island. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes on a ferry to get over there. And what's there on Pangkor? Well, Pangkor Island is kind of like how Langkawi is to Kedah. Pangkor is like that for Perak, and there's beautiful beaches, you can do snorkeling, and there's also duty-free stuff that you can buy as well. Now let's head over to Kuala Kangsar, the royal town of Perak, where the Sultan of Perak resides. Kuala Kangsar has been Perak's royal seat since the 18th century, and it was Perak's capital city until 1876. Now let's talk a little bit about people and food. Do you know there's a little town called Little Fuchou in a place called Sitiawan, which you may have heard of, that's very famous for Fuchou people and its food. Towards the south of Perak, you have Teluk Intan, which is quite close to KL, where you can chase fireflies at night along the river or visit other attractions like the Leaning Tower of Teluk Intan, which was actually constructed in the 1800s and started to tilt 4 years after that. And it was also a beacon for ships. If you're a nature lover and you love natural rainforests, Perak has got you. It has one of the oldest rainforests in the world at Royal Belem, where we actually drove past the last time during our road trip from Penang all the way to Kelantan. Do you know you can visit an actual castle in Perak? It's called Kelly's Castle, located in the town of Batu Gajah. It is an unfinished mansion built by a Scottish man for his family called William Kelly Smith, and he died before it was finished, so it was abandoned. Right now it's a tourist attraction full of underground tunnels, secret rooms and hidden stairways. It was also featured in the movie Anna and the King, and apparently it's haunted.
Do you like going caving and exploring the dark caves? Well, you can go to Gua Tempurung, which is a fantastic cave in Perak, and I myself have gone there numerous times and have lots of adventures there. What if you are a fan of whitewater rafting? Well, no worries there. Goping is the answer. You can actually do whitewater rafting and goping and really experience the Malaysian rapids. How about spending half a day at the Lata Kinjang waterfall to cool down and play with water? Well, you can do that in Tapa, Perak.
Perak is really a very beautiful state with a lot of natural beauty, excellent food and a lot of attractions, but somehow it seems to be overshadowed by the other states. Like for example, when you ask what's very famous to eat in Malaysia, people tend to think about Penang rather than Ipoh. What's famous for a natural park, people think about Taman Negara in Pahang rather than Royal Belum. And for example, which is a very beautiful island to go visit, people think of Langkawi rather than Pangkor Island. When people talk about retirement in Malaysia, especially with the hype in the new MM2H requirements that allow foreigners to reside in Malaysia, people usually talk about states or cities like Penang, like KL, and especially for Singaporeans, they talk a lot about Johor Bahru. Not many people will tell you they want to retire in Perak, in towns like Ipoh or Taiping. You know, if let's say you retire in a place like Ipoh, you have access to excellent amenities, excellent food, and within a 2 hours drive, you can access to the different parts of Perak, as well as go up north to Penang, you go south to KL, and Cameron Highlands is just kind of next door, and you can also go all the way to the east to Kelantan, which is not that far as well. Perak has unimaginable choices for you to eat as well. You can go to Ipoh, of course, for excellent Cantonese cuisine, and the Indian food is very good as well. You can go down to Sitiawan, where you have Foochow food. The food in Taiping is very good as well, especially the Chinese food. And towards down south, you want to eat fresh seafood, you have Tanjong Tualang, or you can go to some of the smaller towns like the ones that we went, Changkang Jering, where we ate excellent mee udang and excellent Malay cuisine. When it comes to cost of living, Perak, the state of Perak as a whole, is definitely cheaper than the state of Selangor and Wilayah as well. If you're a foreigner intending to live or retire in Malaysia, don't just consider the usual places like Penang, KL or Johor Bahru, because the state of Perak has plenty to offer as well. Take it from me, a Singaporean who's lived in Malaysia for the last 2 over years. If you truly want to have an authentic experience of Malaysia as a whole, you've got to travel to all the different states. Take a road trip where you can really experience the diverse culture, the food, the beaches, the different cities, the little towns, the kampongs, the lepak experience, the chillax experience. You can experience everything in Malaysia, and don't forget East Malaysia as well, the Borneo experience in Sarawak and Sabah. This is me signing off, John from the Corporate Breakout Couple. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do hit the like button and subscribe to join our YouTube channel, and see you in the next video. Hey, do join us for our free masterclass webinars where you are up your financial literacy, break out the corporate rat race, and gun for your financial independence. Do register for it now.